Welcome to For His Namesake. I'm Valentine and this is my mom Martina. And it's been a while since we told you what a day in the life is like for us as a homeless family. It's been a few months, so we thought we'd give you an update. And want to start?
Okay. Well, we've had some subscribers ask us what our day is like. I mean, like hour to hour, what we are doing. Well, we're going to tell you without putting you to sleep. Speaking of sleep, we usually wake up. No, we don't usually. We always wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Our alarm clocks go off at 4 o'clock in the morning from a deep sleep usually. And then the parking lot that we're at, we stay at because we have permission to stay there. It's a grocery store and we have permission to stay there overnight, but we tell them we're gone usually around 4-ish. So 4 o'clock we're all getting up, buckling our seat belts from deep sleeps, and then we drive about, I want to say maybe 10 minutes to the other side of town. It's not that long of a drive, and that is where we go to a gas station and go to the bathroom. For those who need to go to the bathroom, we go to the bathroom there. It's a gas station that's open 24 hours. And then after that, we will go to our destination of our my son and my daughter's place of employment.
And my sister, not
Yes,
me.
right. My other daughter, she's the middle daughter, and or the younger daughter rather. And then we'll just kind of hang out there and wait until they open their doors, which is around I think 5 o'clock in the morning. I should know that.
Sometimes later.
Yeah, depending on whenever their
Kitchen staff
gets there. And so we're just kind of waiting around and sleeping again because we're so tired. I'll usually do my Bible study at that time because it's nice and quiet. Everyone's asleep. That's my time. I'm a morning person. I could do that pretty well in the mornings. And then, then we have our alarm clock set for different intervals of time. For example, 30 minutes later, the alarm clock goes off again for our son to get dressed or our daughter to get dressed, whichever. Sometimes one works earlier than the other, or they switch out and another one goes in later. But it seems like the alarm clock is going off every 30 minutes or so for whatever needs to happen next.
So to give you some things, like we wake up at 4, and my brother usually has to work at 5.
Yes.
So we only have an hour span to kind of wake up.
Yeah. And then around the next hour, then our daughter gets ready, and we keep all of our clothes in the back bed of the pickup truck. Everybody has their own little duffel bag or backpack where they keep their clothes, and they're clean clothes. We do wash every week. We've mentioned that in the video before. We do wash clothes every week, and then we get out the clothes for them, and they're still kind of sleepy. So usually my husband and Valentine, she's a big helper. She'll get the clothes for her brother. My other daughter, she has my husband get the clothes out for her, and then they go into the now my son, he gets dressed in the truck when we're not watching, and then my daughter, she goes into the restaurant and she gets dressed there. Then she comes back out to the truck and goes to sleep again. She loves to sleep, so we let her sleep
For about 15 minutes.
right, exactly. And then I usually go in early because like I said, I'm a morning person. I like to get comfortable at one of the tables, and I just like to do those variety puzzle workbooks. I just love those, and I can spend hours doing that, and I'll just sit there and wait for the rest of them to come in. And then they go to work, and Valentine, me, and my husband, we will sit at the restaurant for a good, I'd say sometimes an hour or two. During that time, my husband's doing some last minute editing to the channel, things that he has to work on for the videos. Valentine's usually doing her Bible study and then reading a book, right? And then I, like I said, I like to do those variety puzzles. I could spend hours doing those. Plus they say it's good for the brain. So as I get older, maybe I'll get smarter. I don't know.
And if you're wondering about breakfast, depending on which hour, if my siblings, if they have an early hour to get there, then they will have a breakfast bar or one of those little cereal packs in the truck.
Yeah.
And if it all happens that they eat later, around 7-ish, then we can eat together at the restaurant because their prices are pretty cheap for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. They have good. If you get the app, it's a really good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else then? We're trying to think of hours what we do. So they're at work. We're doing just hanging out, and then we go. Okay, so on Mondays. Why don't you tell what happens Mondays?
Well, Mondays is our wash day, well, before even that, it's $3 per wash, just to give you some background of
that's just
finances.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just washing.
And
then
all
the dryer.
in quarters.
Right.
And yeah, the dryers are $1.75. And sometimes they don't dry all the way, so you have to get some more coins into it again. If you've ever been to a laundromat, you know.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard. We had rain last Monday when it was wash day.
Yeah.
That was hard. Okay, rain in general when you're homeless, I feel sorry for those who don't have a vehicle or a place to go to. It's rough. I like the rain when I'm in a building and you can see the rain falling and you're nice and cozy.
Yeah.
But the past summer, we didn't have a place at that time to go, and it was stifling hot in the truck and humid. It's sticky. And I'm not complaining. It's just I'm very grateful that the summer is over. Thank you, God. So anyway, wash days, Lord willings, we do that on Mondays. Sometimes Tuesdays. It depends.
Yeah. Oh, but I want to share with you, this is kind of interesting. I mean, everybody does their own routine, because I'm sure there's other homeless people like us who might be living in their cars, or we've heard of some homeless people living in storage buildings. I mean, they're pretty creative. So I just like to share with you that after we do the clothes, then we put them all in laundry baskets, and then we go to a local park, and there Valentine will get up on the bed of the truck, and I'll hand her all the folded clothes, and she will distribute them according to whoever's bag it may be, whether that's my son's bag or her sister's bag. And then my husband and I, we will usually take our own folded clothes and put those into our duffel bags the way we want them. And you know, it gets kind of embarrassing when there's people driving by and we think, why can't we ever have our privacy? Because it's embarrassing. People don't like to see homeless people. That's just, you know, if I could write a book, we might just write a book, because, you know, it doesn't seem fair that homeless people are frowned upon. I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, we're people too. We're humans. We have feelings. We're sensitive. We're just like anyone else out there. We're like any other poor person. There's a lot of poor people here, and there's a lot of trashy people here too. People that have money, but we've actually seen them throw trash on the ground, and I'm thinking, that's disgusting, but yet we're frowned upon for being disgusting as being homeless people. So I don't know.
And it's mostly just because of our tarp. And we've had commenters saying, well, why can't you just get rid of the tarp and get the cover on? We don't have that sort of money at this moment. Maybe we will eventually. And anytime we do get a donation, thank you so much for those who do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just depends on day to day what the money is really necessary for.
Yeah.
We don't want to just splurge.
Right. I actually feel guilty. Since being homeless, I really feel guilty buying anything. I keep asking myself, do I really need this? And one time I bought a skirt because I needed a skirt, because we like to wear skirts. Valentine and I like to.
Basically, the summer.
Yeah. We like to wear skirts, and then and it was at Walmart, which is very cheap, but $30 was a lot of money, and I thought, you know, I feel guilty for having this skirt. I'm going to return it. That $30 could be used for something more important, like toothpaste, for example, or a toothbrush that's worn. So I've noticed that we feel a lot more guilty for just splurging just a little bit, and that's not really splurging because I needed it, but yet there was something more important than the skirt, so I returned the skirt. So I find that I feel very guilty very easily. Just even window shopping, I'm thinking all the things that I wish I had. Oh, I wish I could get that nice purse. Or I'll see someone really wealthy and I'll go, wow, that must be nice to be so rich. But then I'm like, yikes, sorry God, I didn't mean to covet. So we find that we're in that position more so than when we were living in a house and having the conveniences that come with the house.
We try to be frugal with the money, including donations. So
very,
necessity, like gas.
Yeah.
The pickup truck we use, it eats up gas quite a bit. It's not very good for that at all.
Goodness me. So yeah, that's where we use quite a bit of the donations for, is mainly gasoline, and I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just mainly gasoline and the necessities of life, like
Food.
water. We buy a lot of water
Yeah.
bottles, food. But I've been feeling guilty lately of just the food. I feel like needs to be healthy. I'm really being. I think God's working with me on that one. It's just the donation money that comes in. Don't use that for junk food. Use that for something healthy, like some fruit. Buy a grapefruit with that, or a banana, or something like that. I mean, like I said, like we said in a previous video, when you're poor like this and you have no place really to prepare a meal, like on a regular basis, where you've got the stove and the oven and you can prepare big meals, it makes it hard as to what you can really eat. For example, like canned foods, we've discussed that before. There's only so much you can do with canned green beans. Valentine doesn't like her green beans anyway.
I'm not a vegetable person.
Not to put you on the spot, but I don't like. So we could put myself on the spot. I don't like canned anything really, because it tastes like can. I mean, I like those little fake fruits that you can get, the fruit cocktail, the canned, what I'm talking about. Here in America we have that, and I know that's not healthy. It's loaded with sugar and corn syrup and I don't know what else, but I actually can tolerate that, but it still tastes like can. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I need to pour it out first, put it in a bowl, put it in the refrigerator, then take it out, then eat it. So I guess I'm kind of picky. But yeah, getting back to the wash, I just wanted to share that part with you, that we fold the clothes and then we have to be discreet. Every time a car comes up, or
Cover up the tarp.
Right, or especially if the police come by, oh my goodness, quickly put the tarp up, and then we just kind of stand there and smile.
And it's hard on windy days.
Exactly, the tarp is flying all over the place. Like yesterday was very windy. Oh my goodness. So after we've done the wash, then about that time, it's almost time pretty much to pick up both of the siblings. One gets off 1 hour and then the next one gets off the following hour, so we just stay there just to save on gasoline again. And then my other daughter will go to a nearby store when she gets off work to change her clothes, to get out of her work clothes back into her regular clothes. And then we go to the library, and that's where we spend most of our days, hours upon hours upon hours. We go to the library and we hang out there. And my husband usually spends a lot of his time uploading the videos for the channel, the editing. That's a lot of work. It's several hours of work.
More so now. And we're very grateful to our new subscribers. But as the ministry is growing, so do the work hours.
Yes.
And we used to spend hours at the library even longer. But my brother has a second part-time job now.
Yeah.
And the evening hours. So we take him to work, and that's when we quit the library.
Right.
And we take him to work, and then
or get him something to
eat
eat first. We get him a bite to eat.
I'll apologize, folks. The sun's in my eyes. The sun's kind of moved. It's mid-morning, so.
Would you like to switch?
Okay, I'll try my cat.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Sorry about that, folks. So yeah, we get him a bite to eat, and then take him to work.
Yep, and then while he's at work, then we will, the three of us, me, my husband Mike, and Valentine, we will decide on what we're going to eat for dinner. And again, sometimes we just choose something that's close by, so we don't have to drive again to the other end of town. Like I said, I like to eat at grocery stores and get like bread and do the cheese and hams, and I like doing stuff like that. To me that's cozy, and just eating in the truck like that. And they'll get chicken, right?
You can get chicken drumsticks.
That's already cooked, ready to go. And we'll just eat in the car, and then the girls will watch their movie next after that. And Mike and I were again both of us like to do the variety puzzle books, or we'll take the time out to then reply to y'all's comments. So sometimes if you notice, there's like several hours that go by after you've made a comment and we don't reply. We're so sorry for that. That's just our schedule. It works out that way, and sometimes we can't get to your comments until the evening, or even in the middle of the night. So yeah, and then what do we do? So yeah, movies or read a book. And then it's time to pick up our son again from his evening job. And he doesn't work all the time. Some days he does get off, and on those days we will go together as a family and go inside a restaurant to eat versus just picking up the food and going. But we wait until we have either good points on an app, or have raised enough money from the paychecks to be able to do something like that, to go to a when I say nicer restaurant, maybe something like a barbecue place, for example, or they have a Chinese place here, so we'll eat there. But yeah, so that's kind of the night, and then we try, usually by about, I'd say 10:30, we're all tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we had a home, I know that we were up. I was up. we were night owls. We were up
Big
all
time.
hours of the night until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Just ridiculous. So, but now we get tired around 10:30, and we're ready to go to sleep. So by that, then we go again to either a grocery store that has a public restroom or a gasoline station to go to the bathroom, brush teeth. And then, yeah, so that's usually our nighttime, and then we get comfortable in the place where we're allowed to stay, and we go to sleep, and we just put a big shade across our front part of the truck for privacy for us, and then also so that people, won't peekabooing through the windows. Oh, I see some people there sleeping. So
Yeah.
just to kind of hide us a little bit. And yeah, so that's kind of our days. And then on Tuesdays is when we do our songs. So we come to a local park again.
Right here.
Yeah, this is the park right here. It's a really beautiful park.
It's actually a
gorgeous.
disc golf park.
Yeah.
But I've seen people walk around here with their dogs. It's very pretty.
Or just take a walk.
Yeah.
Jog. We've seen people jogging. It's a very peaceful park when they're not mowing the grass.
Oh, they love to mow the grass here.
It's a lot of trash everywhere in the town, but they like to mow the grass. So, I'm sorry, I have that's my little pet
Yeah.
peeve. It's mind-boggling, actually.
Seems like they do it every day.
Yeah. So that's pretty much our schedule, and then that brings me to the next a little bit of a side topic, that holidays are very difficult when you're homeless because everything's closed. For example, Thanksgiving is coming up here in the United States, and which is next Thursday, a week from this Thursday actually, and we've already done our research. Oh, is the library open? Nope, the library's closed. Is this open? Nope, that's closed too. The gym where we go and exercise at, they're usually open on holidays, but that holiday they're going to be closed. And I can understand,
Yeah.
That's a big holiday, and they need family time too, so we can totally understand that. We're not condemning them in any way. It just makes it hard when you're homeless. You can go to the park, but after you've done so much walking and sitting and sleeping, what then? So we truly know what it's like to be homeless now. I mean, I used to pray when we lived in a nice home on Thanksgiving Day. I'd pray and say, "Dear God, I pray for all the homeless people out there. I pray that they have a place to go and a place to celebrate Thanksgiving with their family at a nice table with a nice meal." But I think that God was getting us ready for reality. Reality is there is no nice home with a Thanksgiving meal, and the sad thing is that this town does not have a shelter. It has charities, but they mainly cater to
low-income
families that have homes.
Yeah. And and no offense to you guys, I know some of you have commented like, well, why can't you get a burner? One, especially with our busy schedule right now, it's not
Right.
feasible to even cook right now.
Right.
And two, we are very careful around gas.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. We've never cooked with gas before, and especially out in the open, and you have to get certain permission.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say the town where we're living in, we're a small city, very picky, very strict policies, which is ironic because we've seen a lot of
Other activities going on that are
Yeah.
kind of questionable.
negative
actually.
things going on.
Yeah.
So it kind of tells you what this town's like, very spiritually dark.
Yeah.
So what may be good for someone might be evil for someone else. It's kind of frustrating.
Very, very frustrating.
So
Yeah.
that's why we can't cook.
Right. Yeah. So we've already decided that for Thanksgiving we would let's see, what did we decide we're going to do? Well,
Kind of depends.
actually the two
Yeah.
siblings actually have to work on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I remember that now, until about maybe 11 or so, and then that place closes. And so at that point, I think we will probably, if it's a nice day, we'll go to the park and we can go for a walk, surely, or take a nap or sleep or whatever.
And I think there's a restaurant that my sister said that she could take us to that day. We just have to double check to make sure they're open.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
The meal that she would pay for,
Yeah.
which is a nicer restaurant. I'm kind of surprised that they're actually going to be open on that day.
Yeah.
And then we thought we would, for example, now the library where we spend a lot of time, they're going to be taking a 4-day weekend off. Thanksgiving, the day after, and the day after, and they're always closed on Sundays. So that will be tough, because the gym that we go to, they're also going to be closed. So if y'all have any ideas of what we can do, you know, well, I do. I like to play games like board games and things like that, but they're all in storage, and we've tried to look for those, and we can't find them anywhere. You know, that'd be kind of neat to pass the time, play some board games or card games.
But then you also have to have a table.
Right, exactly. Go to some
And if it's
picnic
windy,
bench.
then all the card pieces go everywhere.
I know it sounds like we're making excuses, but we've tried all this.
We tried.
Just, you know, pretty much need to get yourself a room in the library to play a game. We did that one
Yeah.
time. We played Catan. That's one of our favorite games. But then it gets kind of loud, so you have to, you know, be mindful of others around you and not be too loud. But that's kind of hard when you're playing games. It's kind of exciting at times. But yeah, we just kind of wanted to let you know, because we did have some people ask us, tell me hour by hour what you are doing. And so we wanted to tell you that. Did we leave anything out?
Maybe just pray for us, or me, selfishly. I'm a big holiday person. I know the meaning behind the holidays. I know the meaning of our Thanksgiving in America. For those of you who are international, Thanksgiving's been here for years, and a lot of traditions behind it. Each family has their own tradition, including Christmas. I know the meaning of Christmas, and I know that more likely Jesus was not born in Christmas time. He was probably born in the springtime. But if you think about it, that means that he was conceived by the Holy Spirit in December. So, but there's a lot of traditions that I miss, and if I think about it too much, I might cry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm very thankful to have family with me. I see a lot of single men out here who don't have families, and I'm wondering what happened. Was there a split off from them? Was there some argument? Why did they choose to be alone like that, especially in holidays?
Right.
I mean, I'm sad enough
exactly.
as it is, but at least I have my family with me.
Yeah. And then,
Or
yeah.
those of you watching, maybe you're homebound or bedridden, don't have family.
Right. Yeah.
Let us know. We can be in this together.
Yeah.
Send
We
us an
have our
email,
support group going.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be thinking about you on that day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thought. Good thinking there. Yeah. Here I was thinking homelessness, but it could be anybody who's alone and doesn't have family. Yeah. Good thinking, Valentine.
We could be your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you don't mind.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that we pretty much. I think we touched everything.
Yeah.
We may have forgotten some things.
And if
but,
there's a specific thing you want to know, we might have already done videos. We have a playlist on our homeless journey. And if there's something that we didn't cover, you can let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. But oh yeah, and then I did want to mention again about my husband asked me to mention this, is that the ministry being For His Namesake channel, that's a ministry, and we give all the glory to God, because like we were saying at some point, that initially we just had our 5 family members. That's when my son was still doing good with the Lord. So that's why we had 5, and it was 5 for a very long time.
Besides my friends who joined.
Except for her friends.
Thank you.
Friends, most of friends that are YouTube friends, believe it or not, that she's never actually met in person. There's maybe a couple of people that you met in person, but the rest of them are not. I mean, it's amazing. That is the work of the Lord, bringing such good friends from far and wide, and it's almost like they've known each other for years. Really, they're just wonderful people. So we're very grateful for their friendships. But yeah, there for a while it was just us 5, and then her YouTube friends, and then
my very close friends.
Another close friends.
You know
that
who you are.
Yes, exactly. But then that was it for months, and I just thought, well, we'll just do some songs, but it may not amount to anything, and that's okay. We're just amateurs anyway, so, we're not professionals. So this way we could just relax and have a relaxed situation. So we never dreamed in a million years that it would even get to 20 or 50, and then it went to in the hundreds, and we thought, wow. Sure. And then I was thinking, then I had this goal for a while, and I thought, it'd be so neat to reach 500 subscribers and do 100 video uploads. And God doubled that in both ways. I'm getting chills just thinking about it, how awesome God is. He is the one that took this channel and ran with it. Basically, He did it all. He brought all of y'all to our channel. We're just so grateful to Him, and we have to remind ourselves all the time that it's not for us, and let's count the numbers, and we only got so and so many people to join, or it's not. There have been times where we were like that in the past, but we've gotten to the point where God's in control.
I think that's why God wanted the title to be the way it is, for His namesake.
Yes, I think so.
It's a very good reminder.
Very, very good reminder. Yeah. But we are grateful for each and every one of you. We are, and we care for y'all's beings, and when we don't hear from y'all, we get a little worried. And I know you have lives of your own, and you have other channels that you're subscribed to or watch, and we totally understand. But we do want to let you know that we do care for you. Each one of you matters to us. And so
it makes our day when we see comments that viewers that keep commenting, or some of you have emailed us.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a joy. New friendships.
Sent us things. I mean, wow. Never imagined that. So thank you so much. We're so grateful, and we wish we could pay you back somehow, but of course right now we can't. I don't know how to give it back to you, but so I guess just doing the songs and the talks is all we can do now. But yeah, so I think we've covered everything, right?
Yes.
So go ahead and...
So, we hope that you liked this video, and that you give it a thumbs up, and click the notification bell, and subscribe. And we hope you have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye-bye.